We're live. Another Best Ball Wednesday with you all. Another week with Tyler joining me. Appreciate you, Ty. What I appreciate about you is when I'm in a pinch for these Best Ball streams, and it's like, shoot, I got to get a guest. You're like, yeah, I'm around. I'll draft. What else? I'm drafting normally anyways, so why not?
True. I don't want it to sound like I got nothing going on in my life, but you know,
that's true.
I'm around.
That's how I made it sound. I apologize.
I'm around.
Ty is around. Man, yeah, I did make it kind of sound like you just don't do anything with your life, which is 100% not true. Ty does plenty with his life, but when I'm in a pinch, Ty is all reliable and hopping on stream. So we'll go ahead. We'll crush Best Ball Mania here. I don't have as much time as I did last week, so I know last week we did 2 20-second clock drafts. I think today what we'll do is we're going to do our best to hop in a 30-second draft, a 30-second clock draft, and we'll go from there. So if you want to hop in Best Ball Mania here with us, we're going to join in here. 30 seconds per pick. If you want to come draft with us, we'll go ahead and we'll enter that lobby in 3, 2, 1. We'll see how many spots we need filled. Oh, we're the only ones. This might be a 20-second one because I don't want to sit here and wait for a 30-second to fill. Oh, this is brutal. Let's bounce. All right, we'll bounce. We'll do a 20-second clock for the people. It'll be a shorter stream this week, but that's okay. We'll go 20 seconds per pick. We'll enter in here now, and we're only waiting on 7 people, and these always fill up much more quickly because, well, okay. So let me ask you this. This is a fascinating conversation. Is the future of underdog drafts only 20-second clock so they could get rid of a 30-second clock?
I hope they don't get rid of the 30-second because for the people that do like to sit down and kind of strategize a little bit more, the 30-second clock is like perfect. 20-second is just you're just ripping one out because you got nothing else to do and you're in a time pinch for whatever reason. So I hope they don't get rid of 30 seconds because I personally enjoy the 30 seconds, but because again, I have nothing going on in my life, I have the time to do 30-second clocks.
Because I have nothing going on in my life, I can afford to do a 30-second. No, also, is 10 seconds worth it though? Like in your mind, like to keep around a 10-second clock? Or a 10-second clock, like 10 seconds more on the clock. Is there a big enough differentiation from 20 to 30 compared to 8-hour slow drafts then?
For me, it's all the difference when you get sniped. Sure. Because if you get sniped and you got to pivot, 20 seconds is not a whole lot of time. And especially with these Best Ball Manias, like I can do a 20-second of like a puppy. Because I can do multiple of those. Those are relatively cheap, and I can, it's not like if one draft doesn't work out, I can, redeem myself versus one of these Best Ball Mania ones where little more cheddar in this game. Yep. I want to make sure that like my teams are as good as possible and that I have enough backup plans set up that if I were to get sniped, I can pivot more easily and not feel as stressed.
Well, and we talked about it when we do streams like this. It's preferred to do a 30-second clock, so we do have a bit more time to talk through each pick. But in the case of making sure that people have content, we want to make sure we actually get a draft in and done here if the 30-second clocks are going to take a bit longer. We do need 3 more people, so if you're out there, you want to hop in Best Ball Mania 6 draft right now, it's only a 20-second clock. We'll crush this thing in 40 minutes or less probably. So we've made some progress here. We're only waiting on 7 when we came in. Need 2 more people to fill up here, and we'll get this show on the road. How many drafts are you through at this point?
I am currently through. I just had it in front of me. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I am through 127 drafts.
Oh, he's flying.
I've maxed out the Shepherds, the Schnauzers. I've done 20 Best Ball Manias. So we're racking them up.
I love that. I've been so busy. I've had so many things going on. I haven't sat down and done as many as I would like. My goal is to get through when we do our special episode on Tuesday. I feel like I've been teasing this episode for like a month now. I'm excited for Tuesday's episode. My goal is to be through 50 by the time we get that. And my wife works all weekend, so I'll have plenty of time to be on the clock in these drafts. So if you want to come draft this weekend, you know where to find me. I'll be in the BBM streets here. Yeah, I got to get my entries in the Corgi and Pitbull here. I missed out on maxing out the Schnauzer too. I was hoping to max that out, but couldn't quite get there. I think I still had 5 or 6 drafts left. But
I've
been playing a lot of those smaller entries. Well, I don't
like to do the slow drafts.
I don't, no, because as much as it's fun to be on the clock, there's nothing like the thrill of the actual live experience of drafting. I need to be better about just cutting my losses, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I need 6 more entries. I'm just going to enter them all slows. I need to be so much better about that, but no, I'm too much of a thrill seeker. I need the thrill of drafting real time and not having. I get there's a strategy of like, oh, in slow drafts you can watch the offseason unfold a little bit. And I just like, no, I kind of just want to draft. Like I'm the reason why they created best ball. I'm the reason. Oh man, this is going to be fun though, because the board's been shifting quite a bit since we streamed last week. Puka Nakua on the board, Christian McCaffrey, Genty. You like Puka here? Or no, you like CMC?
I like CMC.
All right, let's go CMC. You can see these are my exposures I've uploaded here, not exposures from our live stream draft specifically. So you can see the cool week 15, 16, 17 stacks. Awesome tools provided by Best Ball Overlay. If you want to get $10 off your monthly subscription, if you want in-draft reminders of your exposure, correlations, there's a combination tool that I can pull up. I don't have it pulled up right now, but there's a combination tool as well that shows you which players have you drafted together the most. Super awesome tool.
You got to add it to analysis. You got to add the player to analysis.
Oh, that's what it is. You're right. I have to actually add the players. You're right. So there's a way you can do all that. I really got to get more proficient in using the tool first, but code fellows over at bestballoverlay.com. You'll get $10 off your monthly subscription. One of the best ways to help you win more efficiently in best ball tournaments, just having these smart little hacks in front of you here. I assume oh boy, what if Derrick Henry makes it here?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry or AJ Brown. That's my preference.
I'll give you this one because I took over the first pick.
Okay. Oh, I want to lean AJ Brown. I'm not a fan of falling too far behind on wide receiver early. I really like these split starts as well, where I can go running back, wide receiver with my first 2 picks. Oh gosh, Achane went 1-7.
Yeah, that's why I kind of reacted.
That's why you were. I missed that part. I'm like, oh, Puka or McCaffrey didn't go. Sweet. So Achane getting pushed all the way up to 1-7. We just got done talking about him. We got a podcast episode coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, July 3rd, if you're not watching this live. How we think the first round of fantasy football draft should go this year. Devon Achane came in at 1-9 for us. And I think that was kind of consensus across the board. And Cameron was even willing to push him up to what, 1-8, 1-7?
I said 108, 109.
Yep. And I said I took him at 1-9. And I think you could have made a case I would have taken him at 1-8 ahead of Puka where he was. Enough spoilers though. Fantasy Football Garage, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you swinging by.
So now that I'm seeing Achane go 107, I may or may not be multitasking right now and doing my own draft. and hoping that I get like 108, 109 to take Achane because here we
here
go. This ADP is about to take off.
Yeah, I was gonna say the push is inevitable. The push is absolutely inevitable here. That he's gonna, again, Achane was going in this this early mid second round,
right where
here.
we were.
Yeah,
17.
literally right where we were. I frequently would get the 208 to get Achane in the second round. Now you got to basically pay first round price tag on him. So
I don't mind it though. I don't mind first round capital on Achane. I don't mind it.
Best time for usage of fellas can. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Best Ball on the call. Appreciate you, Best Ball boys, swinging in here. Let's see. We're almost on the clock here again, Ty. I like all these names on the board here. I think Chase Brown, Devontae Adams would be my top 2.
Correct.
Oh,
correct.
More.
Yes.
You want Chase Brown?
I love Chase Brown.
Yeah, I love this. Start with him and McCaffrey.
Can I just give a little peek behind the curtain?
Yeah.
For me, Chase Brown is my running back. What is it? I just had it. My running back. Whoa. No, I don't want to go to Pick'ems. No. We are WWE fans, if you haven't noticed. Chase Brown is my running back 3 in exposure, and I've got about like 8 or 9 slow drafts that
I thought you were going in a different direction. Sorry.
No. And half of those have Chase Brown. So by the time that the slow drafts wrap up that I have, Chase Brown might be my running back 1 in exposure.
Okay. All right.
And I'm proud of it.
I dig that a lot. I thought you were going to leave it at Chase Brown as your running back 3. And I'm like, whoa, when did that happen? I literally just looked at your projections like this afternoon. I
like Jaden for week 17.
For week 17?
Because we have AJ.
That's week 16.
Oh, but still.
I'll go elite quarterback, though. I'm willing to do that. I'll mess around and find out on this stream.
My thing is that I don't like any of those guys.
Not a Mike Evans guy.
Not necessarily. If the build says Tampa, I'll go Mike Evans, but more times than not, I'm staring down Xavier Worthy and DJ Moore and James Cook.
McMillan. Yeah, right.
I don't mind Ted McMillan, but it's really those 3. And when Ted went right before us and we're looking at those guys, I'm like, man, I'm just probably going to opt for the quarterback. And especially then when you've got a Philly guy, it's not week 17, but it's still week 16. And you can stack it with Debo because for whatever reason, people don't like Debo because he's big boned.
Like, you know what? I don't like, I think Debo's appropriately priced. I'm not going to try and gather as much Debo as I can, but you're right. When I take Jaden Daniels without a Terry McLaurin, Debo is a perfectly fine backup option. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Even Brian Robinson later. And
is Jaden Daniels honestly, you could probably, it's not the worst thing to have a naked Jaden Daniels.
It's not the worst. I think
I'd like to have one of his pieces, obviously, but if I walk out of a draft with a naked Jaden Daniels, I'm not like, holy crap, I'm walking like Brock Purdy. I didn't even grab any 49ers. Baker Mayfield, I didn't even grab Bo Nick, right? Like those guys, if I'm walking out with them unstacked, I'm like, oh boy. I don't feel too good about myself. But Jaden is one where, based on his rushing upside alone, I mean, he's going to be a top 3 guy. You automatically get one of those. You can't say the same about a Bo Nix, a Baker Mayfield, or any of those more less Konami code quarterbacks, I'll say.
Agreed.
Let's take a look at the board. Should be back here. Holy crap. A whole bunch of running backs
Kenneth
still.
Walker.
He is my highest ranked. Actually, Joe Mixon technically is, but Joe Mixon's going to come down in my projections. Joe Mixon projected really high. Oh boy.
Rome Odunze, anybody?
So that's what I'm debating though. We need another wide receiver. This wide receiver avalanche is going to hit hard.
Correct.
So let's go, Rome.
And because here's the thing, with the running backs available, I'm okay taking James Conner next round. I'm okay taking
an RJ
Harvey if he slides. I'm okay with any of the running backs, and I doubt that these 4 teams are going to double up on the running back. So,
Man, look at all those wide receivers, though. I mean, the run literally. Not James Cook was the only running back taken. Wow, that's okay. That was a little obscene.
yes, the 108 in my draft. So,
oh, there you go. So he manifested.
Come on now, Mr. Achan. Come on down.
He's gonna go 1-7. We're not gonna get Debo if we don't take him here.
Correct.
So are you okay with that, or do you want to wait for like a Zach Ertz instead?
Up to you. To me, it's Kamara or Debo.
I agree. Those are my 2.
I think we go Kamara because I think
okay, we can go running. Can go running back heavy.
There's not an Alvin Kamara later, but you can find a receiver that can give you a 13-point week later.
No, and this is a very different build from what I typically do too. So I'm okay experimenting here a little bit because I would have gone with Debo there probably, and I need to stop doing that for the sake of correlation with Jane Daniels. I need to be okay with taking the guy who I know is going to score more points than Debo Samuel this year. That's going to be Alvin Kamara. So the fact that we actually got the Alvin Kamara slide from taking Rome Odunze, like to me, that's a huge win because we weren't going to get Rome coming around there. So the fact we got Rome, a guy who I'm extremely bullish on this year, I have him as a wide receiver too. He's my wide. I should probably quadruple check myself before I spit out a stat that's not actually true.
Careful.
Rome's my wide receiver 26 in half PPR formats this year. So,
ooh, Rome is my 27.
Okay, so you and I are in the same ballpark there. I love his value. I think he can even be higher than 27 this year as well. So, yeah, we weren't going to get him on the come around, but the fact we got a Kamara there was definitely the right move.
Oh, McCaffrey's on my board too. Oh, so now I have to choose between Achane and McCaffrey.
Yeah, you entered that draft to be irresponsible about Devon Achane. That's all
I feel like it. I did. I went McCaffrey.
You're right. I did. I need to be irresponsible.
But I did go McCaffrey because I need the McCaffrey shares to get up. I need to match the Achane shares.
All right, so we're gonna be coming up here. Wide receiver. I mean, this is my preference. It's me.
I don't mind Darnell Mooney, but I really the 3 receivers here I don't mind, but you like Shakir.
I do like Shakir. I'm higher on Shakir than most, not because I think he's going to have like a brain-busting season. I just think he's going to be all reliable. He scores enough times, matches up well with the AJ Brown Week 17 correlation. So, and in a room that I think is going to be starving for running backs right now, we're set. Like this is a 5 running back team. I've already made up my mind on that.
I'll say majority of my teams are robust running backs.
Yeah. I'm building a ton of 3-5-7-3s this year. I mean that, and this is probably going to be like a 2-5-8-3, honestly. So yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm building a lot of robust RB teams this year. And if we get, if the right running back slides too, you could talk me into putting a pin at 4 here as well, depending on who slides back to us here. Yeah, it's Brian Robinson, but I'm not too interested in that. I'd rather go another wide receiver here. This is a gross range for wideouts, though. Also, hefty slide on Sam Laporta.
Yep, I think people are kind of catching up with Laporta.
How far is too far on the slide, though? Because, man, he's still here.
It's not the worst. It's not terrible. You need some Laporta, it looks like.
I haven't drafted him a single time. Let's go Pittman. Feel better about him being towards the top of the pecking order than I do Emeka Ibuka. Don't like the offense as much, but I have less Pittman than Ibuka, so we'll go Pittman there. We'll get a wide receiver 4.
I just want to say real quick, A-Chain almost made it back to me.
Oh, really? In the second round?
And he got sniped. I was sniped 1 pick before.
Oh no!
So Drake London and Ladd McConkey were on the board. I went Ladd.
Okay. Yep.
Because we talked about it on the podcast. I like the Chargers.
Yeah, you do.
I like them a lot.
You really do. Oh, look at Joe Burrow and a Patrick Mahomes. It's double stacked. Not double stacked. Double elite quarterback. And double stacked. Yeah. True.
Double stack, but trying to be different.
Yeah, they can be different. Yeah, best ball or not best ball. Fantasy Football Garage 3573. Great way. Yeah, it's what I like. Just find myself drafting myself into with how the board falls every time. Yeah, I feel like the way the board robust feels best. Yeah, it's just how the board is falling this year. Yeah, Eric, this is over on Underdog where they do best ball drafts throughout the entire off season, where it's real people playing for real money. So they do a big old tournament that we're entering in right now called Best Ball Mania 6. It's a $25 entry fee, but they're giving away $15 million in prizes in this contest. Top prizes were $2 million. Second place gets $1 million. Real people drafting against each other. It's the best players, the highest scoring players each week that hit your lineup. The goal is obviously you want to score the most points to advance in the tournament to potentially get your share of that $50 million in prizes. So I believe there's a link in the description if you want to join and play with us on Underdog. If you want to try it out, they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 as well. So great way to get some free cash to also take your hand at playing best ball with. So
and just saying,
a lot of guys in the chat here playing best ball with us, as I see PPR Tyler here as well. Yes, a true day one. 20-second clock. We got to make up our mind here, Ty.
I like Rashid as one last receiver.
Yep, I'm good with it. We need to catch up a little bit there. Yeah, we need to catch up a little bit there. Yeah, so Christian McCaffrey, AJ Brown, Chase Brown, first 3 picks. Did go elite quarterback then with Jane Daniels. Had Rome come back, went Alvin Kamara, Khalil Shakir, Michael Pittman Jr., Rashid Shaheed. So we're sitting at a 1-3-5 right now. Still waiting on a tight end. I know it's not a high ceiling wide receiver room, but we desperately needed some wide receiver help. So we'll see who comes back to us around the turn here.
I was low-key
hoping run on quarterbacks. Yeah, I know. Evan Ingram slide would have been nice. Man, it's probably
going to have any Dallas.
No, we don't have any Dallas. I mean, you could talk me into Javonte right here.
I'm just thinking more so correlation than anything.
I mean, Javonte is my next highest running back on the board.
Oh,
by my rankings. Well, it's like Najee, Charbonnet, Ramondre are all between like 38 to 45. And Javonte's at like 36. That's all it really is. That's all it really is. And I'm pretty OUT on Andrews. So
I think most people are starting to also real Colson Loveland just went right in front of went before him. So
yeah, Eric asking, yeah, changes how you draft. Yeah, totally. It's a 3 wide receiver league as well, right? So that's the other thing where you'll see a lot of wide receivers be driven up the board. Still drafted Lamar or Allen in round 3. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we took Jane Daniels in round 3 and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson literally went 2 picks and 4 picks right before us. So that's the range a lot of those quarterbacks still go. I would still place high value on them because they're going to be the teams that get you. They're going to be the quarterbacks that get you the most points, that get you, I'll call it a higher probability of advancing your teams out of the pools that you're in. So yeah, to me, they're still very, very worth it at that price tag. I find myself drafting a lot of Jalen Hurts actually at his price tag because I still have him as an upper echelon option there. I think a lot of people are pushing him to the early 4th round there, and I just don't understand that because I'm all in. He's my quarterback too in my projections right now.
Yeah, well, in Eric has been a mock draft watcher of ours on Mondays, and Lamar and Allen and Jane Daniels to a certain extent, they're all going like late 2nd, early 3rd over on Sleeper, but here it's like late 3rd, early 4th, and that's much more palatable for me, who doesn't typically go elite QB or really QB in general early. but we kind of talked about it, 5 minutes ago. When the board is as gross as it is, where those quarterbacks are going, dang it, I'm
gross
going
for
quarterback
third
more
round.
times than not. Yeah,
Gross for third round, and knowing what could potentially come back to you, which values are pushed down the board. Right, 100%. Look at all these tight ends. Oh man.
I know which one I would like.
Oh. Go. I pick one. I mean, seriously. I mean, this is the range we're going to take one.
David Njoku.
Okay, you want to go Njoku? I'm fine going Njoku here, despite getting a fall on Andrews. The only reason why I would consider Andrews there, even though my projections don't favor it, is just for the slide and the differentiation of team. I don't think you're going to get a lot of Mark Andrews this late. So you're kind of picking up a free pick in the process by doing that. That's the only thing. If Mark Andrews comes back to us,
he won't. He won't.
If he does, I mean, do you double tap tight end there?
I would. Totally.
If he comes back, there he goes. I just had to open my mouth, right?
Yep.
So who calls in this? You wouldn't expect. I feel like I heard McCaffrey recently and was late. Oh yeah. So yes, we ended up getting McCaffrey here at the 1-8. AJ Brown. I guess maybe I'm not fully interpreting the question as well. Who falls in this you wouldn't expect? I see what you're saying. So the running backs are getting, we'll make a pick here and then we'll come back and I'll explain that a little bit more. I have so much Kyle Williams though. I have so much Kyle Williams. Oh, I'm sick. I have so much Kyle Williams, dude. I need to cool off. I loved how you didn't even you just let me fight for my life on that one. You know, like I was waiting for you to chime in with something, and you literally just let me fight for my life.
Well, because my option would have been double tapping tight end again, but not the one that you
Goddard.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't mind Goddard.
Oh, really?
Where do I have Goddard? I know. I seriously don't mind Goddard. I need to get this down to the draft range. Where do you end up in my projections? That's filtered by. Why is it filtered by name? Goddard. No, Goddard comes in top 12 for me.
Oh, okay.
Goddard comes in top 12.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that would have been my option.
Yeah, okay. So hindsight 2020, I wish we would have gone back and double tapped it there. I think you're right. I think I wish I would have done that instead, but that's okay. So who falls in this like you wouldn't expect? Yeah. The big one is the running backs. I mean, the running backs you can get in the 5-6 round range is just silly, right? Where it's Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner, Alvin Kamara, all those guys. Like, to me, they should all be closer to early round 5, late round 4 than anybody else. Really what it is these wide receivers just get pushed so far up that you start to see running back values like that. That's the big thing in these drafts over on Underdog. That pick right there is why I hate taking. That's 100% it. Because if I take 2 running backs early, I'm going to keep pushing running backs down the board to the point where I'm staring at a board that's filled with like no wide receivers left. And I'm trying to make up ground because I want 6 through 12 ideally. And I end up taking Kyle Williams so freaking often there. And it's a bad habit. I probably, again, need to rework that and take a Dallas Goedert instead. We want to go a little Eckler here. Want to have some fun. Cap off our running back room with a little Jane Daniels to Austin Eckler check down.
Makes sense.
Good with me. Let's do that. And I'm just putting a pin on our running back room there. I don't want to draft another running back. I'm pretty set. I want to focus on, again, ideally getting one more quarterback, 2 wide receivers probably, and another tight end or two on this squad. Then I'll be feeling very, very good. Zach Ertz will be a great target for that. Yeah, Zach Ertz will be one to target for sure. Let's see here, Eric. Both of you answer this. Ridley, Judy, and Williams for wide receivers available. I have to pick one. How would you order those three? I assume Jameson Williams. I assume is the Williams here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I guess it depends on. It depends on the format. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. For me, it's Ridley.
Okay, Ridley's at the top of my list too.
I would go.
Want to make our pick here? Then let's come back to that.
Yeah.
It's probably a wide receiver, unless you want to go like a Hunter Henry.
Or is it a quarterback?
Oh shoot, we do need another quarterback, don't we? Cam Ward. Come on down. Unstack.
Cool.
Unstack Cam Ward. I smell Tyler Lockett coming in the 18th round. Do we have anything week? We do. Yeah, we got week 17 with Kamara there. I knew intuitive. My intuitive instincts picked it. It was just like one of the lines up somewhere here. Lo and behold, I was right. So, well, that's not what I wanted, Lucas. What are you doing? I'm off my game right now, man. So Ridley, it's Ridley for you. Ridley's at the top of my list as well for that, and I think that's very much against consensus. I think Ridley will be at the bottom of most people's lists.
Yeah, and I think it's our confidence in Cam Ward, because I'll order them in two different ways. First, by most upside. For me, it goes Ridley, Williams, and Judy. When it goes to floor, for me, it goes Ridley, Judy, Williams.
I'm just like, based on my projections, my order is Ridley, Judy, Williams. I think I need to tinker a little bit with Jameson Williams. It's a tight grouping, but I still think Ridley, no matter what, would come out on top of that for me. I'm just such a believer in the bounce back and Cam Ward as well. So, okay, I like had a moment of panic where I didn't remember Tennessee's bye week, and I thought we accidentally double stacked bye weeks with Jane Daniels. So thankfully we didn't.
Oh no!
Thankfully we didn't. All right, it looks like we're probably gonna have to force a Zach Ertz pick here for sure, because we won't get him otherwise. And not even force a Zach Ertz pick. It's right at ADP. Like, really not a force pick if we get him. But I'm worried Yannick here is gonna end up. Nope. Okay, we're clean. We're in the clear. Zach Ertz, come on down.
Clear.
I was gonna say, unless if Hemi Neutron really wants to just ruin my day. But I like that. I kind of like this strategy, backstacking Jane Daniels in that way, rather than forcing a Terry McLaurin pick, forcing a Debo pick for our third wide receiver.
Totally. Sorry, I'm.
I know you're multitasking. You got another draft going on here. I know.
Can I just say how it started so far?
Yeah, you can read off how it's been going. Oh man, this is a terrible range though.
We'll pick here and then we can. Do we go Chig just for stacking?
That was gonna be my. I'm not forcing a wide receiver pick here if I don't have to.
Oh
no. Well, this is a problem now. Not a problem.
Tell Lockett. We can wait on Lockett, but you're not going to go with your gosh, math is hard. Your
right end 3573.
Thank you. I was like, you're not going to be.
I was thinking a 2583.
Oh, Tay.
It's week 15. I'm actually no. I want more Jalen Knoll. Doesn't quite line up, but I want someone in Houston.
You like Knoll. So
I do. I want somebody in Houston. And I'm good waiting for like a Juwan Johnson if we really need to in the last round. Him and like Tyler Lockett being our last two picks. Like I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. Oh boy, hold on a second. 113.
Go ahead, but you can you can go ahead and give an update on that team. Eric, yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Last question. Brees Hall, Garrett, both hits and misses. I don't know why. High or low on Jet Stars.
Oh, Jet stats. Ooh.
I'm lower on Brees than I expected. I'm about consensus on Garrett Wilson. That's where
I'm
at.
about yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
about
out on
consensus on
either,
both.
but I'm lower than consensus on Brees Hall for sure. Which I was kind of surprised by. I thought I'd be like right around consensus. I thought it'd be right around like 14, 15 with Brees Hall, but I think I'm sitting at like 17 or 18 with him.
It's kind of what we're getting with decrease in receiving work and a hit on the touchdowns as well.
Yep. That's ultimately what it comes down to there. Yeah, so this is another thought I was going to bring up to you. How do you feel about potentially instead of drafting a Juwan Johnson, you instead double, you basically throw your darts at both Washington tight ends and see which one comes out.
That I don't hate, just because we do have an Njoku, so it's,
who I'm very comfortable with.
Right, I am too. So we can kind of gamble a bit on it and take both the Washington tight ends. I still think Zach Ertz is going to be the guy. We'll see more of Ben S.
Ben S. Him.
Ben S. We'll see more of him this year, but we're not going to see enough of him to like remove Zach Ertz.
100% agree. I'm just going to put them both in the queue here. So we'll go ahead and we'll take Tyler Lockett to get that stack with Cam Ward. Make sure we get both quarterbacks stacked up. We got the correlation in week 16, or week 17, excuse me, with the Saints. Also have it week 15 with the 49ers for what it's worth. But we also have the week 16 correlation with Jane Daniels stacked up with Zach Ertz, AJ Brown, Austin Eckler for week 16 as well. So, so it's like a sneaky, fun little team we built here. Went about it in a different way than I normally do to get to the end result. I normally don't take an elite tight end, an elite quarterback, and still make it out with only 5 running backs. So, no, Chig, we got sniped on Chig. Chig got sniped. Well, I'll pull up the board here once we make this last pick. But we unfortunately got you good with Senate here? You good with Senate?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with Senate. We'll close out the draft there. We were looking at Chig. Where was he? Yeah, we were looking at Chig in the 16th. So right before we took Noel. Got sniped on Chig because he was originally going to be the plan there. So unfortunately did not fall our
favorably.
Way. Yeah, Jay, this is a phenomenal question, Jay. So we use a tool called bestballoverlay.com. You'll notice it going across the bottom of your screen if you're watching over on you. Actually, if you're watching this live stream in general, you'll see it on the bottom of your screen. Best Ball Overlay gives you everything like your exposures, gives you the weeks 15, 16, and 17 matchups. There's a player combination tool as well where you can see the different combinations of players that you've drafted together. And if you go to bestballoverlay.com too, they have a whole bigger portfolio of the most like week 17 stacks you've targeted, the most team stacks you have, the highest correlation, everything of the sorts. It's a database of tools that I'm still learning how to understand. And I play best ball quite a bit, right? And best ball on the call can vouch for it. Phenomenal site. So if you do want to subscribe, it's a tool that'll help you out in all of your drafts. There's a battle royale tool for the season as well. You can use our code fellas. They'll give you $10 off your monthly subscription over there. So yeah, it's an awesome tool. It's done nothing but help me in my drafting in these large pool best ball contests. And there's a lot of other people who are more dedicated than me that also absolutely love BBO as well. We'll go ahead. We'll review the team here. These are only teams we've done on stream. Obviously, Ty and I have a bunch of our own teams as well. Nice. Yes, sir. Yeah, totally, man. Totally.
Yes.
I'm one where I was like, you know what? I can memorize it all. It's fun. I just want to draft. But then I got the tool and I'm like, no, this is actually
where's it been all my life?
Right, seriously, it literally makes drafting so much easier. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and invest in it, I definitely think it's worth your while. Before we recap the team tie, yeah, how do the playoffs work in this with so many people? Like, how far do you need to make it to actually be in the money? Which we can what's actually going to be most helpful is if I go back to the lobby and pull up the contest, you can kind of see the tournament info here. You can see the prize breakdown. It's $2 million the first, $1 million the second. Essentially, the qualifiers are all in weeks 1 through 14. Thanks for pulling that off the screen. Weeks 1 through 14. Those are the qualifiers. Basically, you have to get through the qualifiers to sniff a good return. That's kind of where, like, I should say, to sniff your return, right? To basically be in the top, what's that number? 112,000 is how far you have to make it out of basically 670,000 entrants.
So if I'm not mistaken, though, you win your money back if you make it out of your group,
out of your pool,
or your pool.
Right.
So that 25 is an additional 25 on top of it.
Right. Yes, correct. So you have the quarterfinals. Obviously, the further you get, if you make it out of your 12-person pool in the quarterfinals, advance to week 16, you advance to the semifinals, which ultimately, at the end of the day, it comes down to there it is, the 539 seat final there. So it's super nice. You can track the current entrants. You can track how full it is. Max amount of entries. That's kind of the gist of it. There's a lot of other smaller contests they do too. Where's NFL? A lot of smaller ones. They do different styles. The sprint, eliminator. Where's one that I can, like the corgi is a great one, right? It's a single entry contest. You only pay $5. The payouts aren't as big, but the advance rates are significantly nicer compared to how many people actually enter into the tournaments. So you can kind of pick and choose your flavor, but I think most importantly, like Best Ball on the Call says, if you're doing any kind of volume, it's important to track these things, right? Where a lot of people max enter Best Ball Mania 5 because it gives out the most money. The thing is, right, you look at a contest then like the Pit Bull, the advance rates are so much more kind. You're far more likely to either get your return and or be in some higher amount. That's such a lame way of putting it, but like a significant amount of money instead. So Best Ball Mania it pays out the most, but it's not the best payoff rate as well. So just things you have to consider as you're contemplating the different contests over on Underdog. But let's do a quick team recap here, Ty. Jane Daniels, Cam Ward, the only two quarterbacks we took, which I'm okay with. If I take a Jane Daniels, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, those are the only teams I'm really doing two quarterbacks with. Maybe a Joe Burrow team if I get it stacked right. But for the most part, like Jane Daniels, I'm just looking at a late round quarterback that I can stack up, and that's kind of my preference there. CMC round 1, when Chase Brown round 3, Alpha Kamara. I mean, that's one of the stronger 3 running back punches that I've drafted. Normally
feels good, doesn't it? Feels good.
Feels very good. Feels very, very good. The wide receivers do make me a little nervous, right? Rome Odunze, Khalil Shakir, Michael Pittman, Rashid Shaheed as wide receivers 2 through 5. A little bit shaky there, but I really do like. I like how this room ended up shaking out. You take a few dart throws on Kyle Williams and Jalen Noel. Tyler Lockett was mostly the stack, but if AJ Brown is fully healthy, I mean, we're looking at a guy who does have top 7 upside. I mean, he's wide receiver 8 in my rankings currently, so I absolutely love him. And a tight end, David Njoku, who you and I both are in love with, and then Zach Ertz and Ben Sinnott. One of these guys is going to end up being the lead dog if Sinnott is truly on the Trey McBride pattern, where mid-season he starts to take over. You could be looking at a league winner down the stretch there too, if you want to try and paint that narrative. So Really solid team. What would you grade out this team?
I would give this an A-.
Okay.
I
was
think
thinking a B+.
Again, the majority of my teams have been robust at running back, and I more times than not walk away going, gosh, I really like this team.
Yeah. If I go robust, and especially with that 3, like McCaffrey, Chase Brown, 3 of my top 12 running backs right there. I mean, that's
it helps when you get the slide, like on a Kamara.
Right.
That
when you get 7 picks past ADP. Yep. 7 picks past ADP there. Yeah. Free agency is a great question in regards to best ball here, Eric. Like if you got 2 QBs, they're both injured, are you just done there? Yeah. So that is the risk you run when you do, I don't want to call it fragile quarterback builds, but essentially the bet that you're making is that Jayden Daniels is going to be healthy the full season. He's going to be the one that's hitting your lineup because he's going as a top 3 quarterback. So you're assuming health. He's the one who's always hitting your lineup. So you don't need to put as high of a priority on drafting the quarterback position, but that's then the risk you run because there's no waivers or anything. It's literally you draft your team, you kind of forget about it, and Underdog will automatically score your best lineup for you each week. Thus, that's how you accumulate your points to potentially make it out of the pool of 12 players that you draft with. So that's the risk you run by going only 2 quarterbacks or 2 tight ends, where if something happens to them, you're kind of toast there, unfortunately. Best ball on the call saying he had a Rashee Rice Ayuk team last year. Felt great until it wasn't. Until you got 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. That's brutal. It's anything like that can sink your team. But that's what also makes this so much fun, right? Is you can diversify your portfolio. You can get exposure to different players. It's not just only player takes. If you draft for volume, you get your opportunity to draft a wide range of different players here. So super, super fun. We're really grateful for our friends over at Underdog. If you do want to play, if you're not signed up for Underdog yet, I know a lot of you watching this stream probably are, but code fellas over there, they'll give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash to play with, a free pick 'em for their lobby, and tis the season, Ty. We'll send you our 2025 draft guide for free on top of it. So just make sure you take advantage of that first time deposit offer as well. And we'll make sure that gets over to you then. Because we want to make sure you're actually playing. We don't want you to just sign up and not take advantage of how much fun Underdog is. We want to make sure you can actually utilize our draft guide over on Underdog as well.
I mean, you guys can support us by supporting our guys at Underdog.
Totally.
And you can support yourself because you get our draft guide. So it's a win-win-win.
It's a whole like triangle thing that we need, like a triangle diagram whenever we talk about this. Where it's like
this benefits this,
you
and this
with
benefits
draft
this.
guide. You support us by supporting Underdog, who supports us by we also support. It's a perfect triangle. It works out at the end of the
triangle.
Day. It works out at the end of the day.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the team I'm drafting right now, it's an A.
All right, go ahead, read it, and then it's going to go to crap afterwards, and we're going to sign off.
I know. So my QBs, Herbert and CJ Stroud for the week 17.
Ooh, double week 17. Bow.
Running backs, CMC, Omari and Hampton, DeAndre Swift, Jaden Blue, Jalen Wright. I know that Jaden Blue is not a very popular one, but I just took it because of the Chargers in week 16.
Yep.
Wide receivers, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Adams, Rome Odunze, Chris Olave, Jaden Higgins, and what will soon be Jalen Knoll.
Okay.
And my tight ends, Evan Ingram and Jake Ferguson.
Oh, I do like that team. That's a really nice team.
Thank you.
It's a very nice team. It's a very nice
team.
And
I just took Gino to be my QB3.
I love that. You guys doing another draft at all? I unfortunately have a commitment here in 7 minutes. I'm not going to say Ty has to stay on. If Ty would like to do another draft, I don't have to be here for that. I can just hop off and Ty can take over. But if Ty's got places to be too, if he's got things to do with his life, I want to make sure we respect that space for you too.
Yeah, I unfortunately do as well.
All right.
Believe it or not, I actually have stuff going on in my life. So.
I can only pick up for this hour. No. So unfortunately, Jay, we won't be running one back tonight, but we're live every Wednesday doing these teams. Yep. So if you want to come draft with us, Set the reminder in your calendar. It'll either be 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time each week. It'll always depend on any pre-existing plans that we may have, or if I bring on a guest next week, and they're like East Coast, and it's like, I really don't want to draft at 8 p.m. I'm like, hey, I get that. You got things to do. So make sure you're subbed. Have that notification bell on as well, because we'll go live next week. Yeah, I promise. Come back next week. We'll be drafting more, Jay. We're drafting all off season long here. Fun little stream. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not subbed already, make sure you do that. Hit that notification bell as well. Not only do you get notified of live streams, but our podcasts as well, so you know when all those will come up. You can follow us on the other socials as well. I see a lot of you tuning in over on Twitter. Appreciate you all over there. I know you don't get an opportunity to engage in the chat, but we appreciate you there as well.
Yeah, Elon, fix that, please. Come on now.
Come on, Elon. We need an exclusive partnership with StreamYard. You should know our StreamYard users are clamoring for it. FF Fellas over there on Twitter. You want to follow us on Instagram, the FF Fellas, Fantasy Football Fellas on Facebook and TikTok. We do shorts on YouTube as well. Fantasy Football Fellas shorts on the YouTube. We'll be back next week. We if you want to do a regular like PPR mock draft as well over on Sleeper, we host those on Mondays as well for you all to join. So if you don't want to just draft best ball, we do normal PPR mock drafts throughout the offseason as well. Which are you flying solo on that one on Monday? Because I think Cam will be out of town.
Yeah, I am. So please come hang out with me. Yeah. I get lonely easily.
Don't leave Ty. Don't let Ty be a loner. Okay.
Yeah, please.
I'm trapped with him.
Look, my parents give me crap because they see me doing solos all the time. And they're like, do you not have any friends? I'm like, I have friends. They just draft with me. That's all.
That's all it is. They're all online. I love my friends. Yeah, come join Ty on Monday. Discord is the place you're going to want to be for that. That's down in the description of the video you're watching as well. If you're over on Twitter, you can head to our link tree and join there as well. Alrighty. We're about at the top of the hour here, Ty. Appreciate you jumping on with me again. We'll be back. We have a podcast episode coming out tomorrow. Back on Monday with the PPR mock draft live stream. We'll be back on Wednesday for more best ball. We'll see you then. Deuces.